New at 5, the North Carolina Supreme Court has ruled that nurses can face legal challenges for medical injuries, striking down a 90-year-old precedent.
Now, it's all based on a case that happened right here in Charlotte. Queen City News anchor Casey Jones here in the studio live looking into this. Casey, so what does this ruling mean for future cases?
Well, it could really change the legal landscape here. Up until now, patients and their families could not sue nurses for medical mistakes. Justices revisited the 90-year-old precedent because they say now nurses have a more influential role in medical diagnosis and treatment. In 2010, Amaya Galat was 3 years old. Atrium Health doctors recommended a procedure for a heart condition.
Her heart stopped as a result of the anesthesia.
Galat left with permanent brain damage, cerebral palsy, and developmental delays. Attorney John Edwards represents the family, sued the hospital, doctors, and the nurse. Action against the nurse was blocked by a 1932 ruling protecting nurses working under a doctor's supervision. 12 years later, a 41-page opinion from the state Supreme Court says the nurse can be held legally liable.
Every single one of us, including you and me, we're legally responsible for what we do. And what the North Carolina Supreme Court said Friday was we're going to do the same thing for all healthcare providers.
The ruling passed 3-2. A dissenting justice said the court overreached in its opinion. Ashley Hughes, critical care nurse and legal nurse consultant, says legislators should have been a part of changing the law of the land.
From my understanding, none of the judges are in the healthcare arena. So that's very dangerous to me, in my opinion, as a nurse, to make decisions, especially about the standards of care, without going through the due processes of going through the General Assembly.
Hughes says nurses want to provide adequate care for patients, and this ruling will make the national nurse shortage even worse.
They're already short-staffed. On top of that, there is the issue of violence against nurses. Nurses are being attacked. And also there's the issues about the pay, nurses not being paid appropriately. So then also along with that, criminally, nurses now are being held more on a criminal level rather than just civil.
For Galat, impacts of her procedure continue, and her case will likely go back to trial.
She's now 15 years old, and she has to be taken care of 24/7. Her parent, her mom, her grandparents, they spend their whole lives taking care of her. So this was going to go on for a long time for her. She needed help.
So John Edwards, the attorney representing the family, says he's committed to getting justice for them, and this could head back to trial as early as this year. And now that the Supreme Court has ended protections for nurses, courts could see more malpractice cases against nurses.